In fact, one of my daughters married one of the men that was in our magazine. She was always the one that was never going to marry an Alaska man. My mother's never going to matchmake me. You know, I'm going to do my own thing. But then when he came into our office and she met him there, she was just so taken with him. She kept it a secret because she was, you know, it was like 6 months before I found out that they were engaged. And then
she didn't let you know?
She was determined I was not going to find out because she didn't want me to interfere. Not that I would ever do that.
Of course not.
Never.
No, I think it's a big mistake to say to so-and-so, now here's your mate, and you match them up, because people will find their own.
Well, that's what I do.
Have you ever thought this
them.
is a marriage made in heaven, and it turned out that it wasn't?
You can tell.
Can you tell?
I'm a little bit empathetic. I guess I can look at two people and I can see right away if there's an attraction there. And I don't match them up, but sometimes
there's more to marriage than just an attraction.
That's
you have
right.
to work to make it succeed.
Always. It's not something that happens like that and then it's like, okay, it's happily ever after like Cinderella story.
Right.
It's something you have to work at and keep alive and keep actually just keep it there constantly.
I had a friend who once gave me advice. He said, always court your wife. If you think of courting her the way you did before you were married and continue doing that after the marriage.
And cherish them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And this is what the ladies really want.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that a lot of people are wrong when they say that the woman of the 90s, she wants to be treated like an equal and all that. That's not true.
She wants to be treated like more than an equal.
Yeah. I mean, why limit ourselves? I mean, being a woman, you have much more advantages than acting like you want to be equal for a man. I like being spoiled, but I think the majority of women today, because I know I get sometimes thousands of letters in 1 week, they want to have that cherishing and that good family relationship. And sure, I usually put a guy on the cover that I call eye candy, that a woman's going to attract their eye. I always do. But these are real people. I mean, what you see is what you get. These are not pretty models. These are real people. If they have children, I always put pictures of them with their children. It's a package deal, you know. And so what is...
Oh, yes, I noticed you have a child on the cover of the one
right.
here with a very pleasant-looking young man there.
Yeah,
and
he's
then
wonderful.
You have a slightly older man on another cover.
Yeah, and in fact, I have quite a few single dads in this one issue where there's with their children, and each, you know, these are men.
So a woman knows what
better.
she's getting into.
Yeah, and women do pretty good as single moms, but dads have a harder time. They really need a wife.
Yeah, they do. Well, the children need a mother.
Yeah, there's one man who's in the magazine. His son is so outspoken. He'll say, "Dad, you're getting married by the time my birthday's here." He says, "When I turn 13, I want a mom." He's just almost militant. It's pretty funny.
This goes back to something that you said, that as we were coming into the studio, and I said, you had 9 children? And you said, yes, the giving birth to the children wasn't the hardest part. It was the teen years.
Yeah. You know, if you survive the first teen years, then after that, you know the ropes. You can survive anything, and it's great. Because I am older, you know, my younger kids, you know, I'm old as most of their friends' grandparents. You know, they're so, well, I'm almost 54. So when their friends find out how old I am, they're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But my kids love it because it's, you know, you're so understanding of your children. You've seen them go through things. You respect them. They're individuals. They're just adults in younger bodies is all. And if you respect that, they really grow from that respect.
You give them the opportunity to grow. You don't try to stunt it.
That's right. They're wonderful. And I wanted to mention to you out there in the viewing audience, if there's any women out there or anybody out there that has a son or a friend, a brother, whoever, a business associate
an
that
uncle.
That would
grandfather.
that would like us to feature them in AlaskaMen, if they'll just call into our office in Alaska, and they could just ask information for the number of AlaskaMen. Everybody knows the governor gets letters from me all the time.
The governor does.
Yeah, it's just too funny.
Well, you're putting the state on the map.
I know it's really quite funny. Okay, more letters to Susie, but and just call in our number and nominate whatever the guy is in his number, and it doesn't matter if he's in the United States or Washington or New York, California. In fact, I'm doing a special about California men. They're demanding equal time right now.
Oh, well,
so
okay.
if there's any
I'm
men
all
in
for
California, tell them to just have somebody call in and nominate them. We'll do a special article about them.
Well.